front of you guys tonight and introduce two keynote speakers, both of which have been a mentor to me for the last couple of months, and it's been an absolute privilege. But not only a mentor to me, they're both mentors to young leaders in the community and entrepreneurs. So first up, we're going to have Dan Brown. Dan Brown coordinates Why Not Windsor Essex, which is a millennial communication and engagement project hosted at We Tech Alliance and funded by the Ontario Trillium Foundation. Previously, Dan covered over 380 community events as Snapped Windsor's first employee. During his time completing a bachelor's in science and behavior, cognition, and neuroscience at the University of Windsor, Dan was awarded the Shine-A-Rama Volunteer of the Year, won the Canadian Blood Services Student Bursary Competition, was the first Canadian online intern for the United Nations World Food Program, and traveled to South Africa as part of the Golden Futures Health Module. He also received the Mayor's Youth Advisory Committee Youth Leadership Award. Dan has been involved in community theater since 2000. He's volunteered with TV Cocheco and acted in and produced short films included Bring in the Bystander on the University of Windsor's Sexual Assault Intervention Program. This placed at Harvard's Girls Impact of the World Film Festival. Currently, he is a director with the Essex Region Conservation Foundation, a participant of Leadership Windsor Essex, and he serves at the Keg Steakhouse and Bar. So please join me in welcoming Dan Brown up here.
Check. Okay, Alex was putting my mic on in my seat, so I thought I didn't have to stand up here anymore. I thank you, Miranda, and thank you everybody for having me tonight. It's a huge, huge honor to be here. I asked Miranda recently, like 3 hours ago, to include my bio and in the Keg Steakhouse and Bar piece, because I do still work there, and I found that I had been leaving that out of my bio, even though I work there like today. And I was asking myself, what is it? Like, why am I leaving that out? Like, I work there on weekends. I've been working there for 5 years. I started as a busboy when I was 20. And I really honestly asked myself, what is up with that? Why am I not including that? And there's two reasons I thought of. The first one is I think it's shame that kind of job is not something that's good enough to be included in some kind of professional list of accomplishments. And I guess the second one would be that it's not something that would count professionally, like being a server doesn't count. So these are two things I want to focus on that I think really resonate with people in our generation and just starting out as a young professional. So the first one is enough. So like the idea that isn't good enough to be in my bio. And I think we're surrounded every day by the idea that what we do isn't good enough. You could name anything. I was on the way here. I was wondering, my pants unwrinkled enough? Did I spend enough time preparing for this conversation, for this talk? Do I have enough money? Is my job good enough? Is there enough time left before the next one? When you wake up in the morning and the first thing you think is, did I get enough sleep? And I used to tell people that I wanted my last word to be, when I die, to be enough, and that finally what I did for the world was enough. And I read a great book. It's called, I want to check really quickly. Each of these 2 points has a book behind it that I read recently. The first one is Brene Brown's Daring Greatly. Has anyone read that or know her TED Talk? A couple, Laurie Newton there. And she speaks about enoughness and deciding to say what you do is enough. And that's really important to me. So I want to get everyone to repeat after me for this first part. After me, what I do is enough. First one. And I think there's a big part of that is as a young person, when in terms of employment, is that the job just isn't extraordinary enough. And people are so set on having some kind of extraordinary position that they're not used to, they're like the ordinary isn't okay anymore, and I think there's something really wrong with that. So what you do is enough. Secondly, the other book I read recently is called The War of Art, and it's about the mental blocks that are in your mind when you have a creative force behind you, and what keeps you from doing that. And there's the middle part of the book is about professionalism. So about my job at the Keg and that not counting professionally. I used to think, so we have Why Not Windsor Essex, and people would say, so that's for young professionals, right? Like, that's for young people. And when we first started, I thought, no, this isn't for young professionals. That's like a, white-collar thing, and like Windsor's a blue-collar town, and this is for anybody. And I would really push back on that until like just a couple, maybe even weeks ago, when I realized that being a professional has nothing to do with your job. It has nothing to do with who you know, how much money you make. You're a professional because you decide, and it's an attitude that you take toward your work. So the second thing, and the last thing I'd like you to repeat after me, I'm a professional because I say so. Say so, right. So at first I was shocked that I was invited to speak to this because I have no real training in public relations or what I thought experience, and then I kind of looked at what public relations is, and I saw, okay, event planning, fundraising, okay, I've done that, and I have to say, what I thought public relations was speaking on behalf of a company or organization to not make them look bad or to promote them or to make them look good. That's the idea that I had of it, and then I really dug into that and thought about what that meant, and to me, public relations means how you relate publicly to the world. And I think more than ever that's about being authentic, being yourself. I think people are starved for people when something does go wrong with the company and someone steps up and says, we're admitting our mistake. People want to hear that. People want an authentic leader. And that's a big part of what we do with Why Not Windsor Essex, is bring together a bunch of young people who are themselves and are willing to step up for a region. I know a big part of public relations is networking, and speaking earlier, I don't think networking is going to an event where you don't know anybody and starting a conversation with a stranger. I don't think that's the best strategy. I think what does work is when you look at the people you do know and think about who knows them, and start to make connections there, you can slowly build out your branch that way. And another part of Why Not Windsor Essex is just not, well, so Why Not Windsor Essex is about keeping young talent in a region and engaging and communicating with young talent. And a big part of that has to do with negativity and the negativity that we hear in this region. And I'd like to share a quote with you. It's something that was in the Daring Greatly book. So I'm going to pull that out. I have it right here. It's a quote that always makes me feel really badass. And you might have heard it's Theodore Roosevelt. I think it's Roosevelt. I think it's about 100 or so years old. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with the cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat. The reason I wanted to share that with you is it has to do with a project that we're working on. It's called Windsor 180, and we're launching it on May 5th, next Tuesday. And the details aren't out yet, but I'll have a couple abstract things that I want to share with you. And what Windsor 180 is about, our new project, is not about the critic. We want to bring together the people who believe in our community, who aren't standing on the outside just criticizing and not doing anything. And we want to bring those people together. So there's a popular question that you might hear that goes, what would you do if you knew that you couldn't fail? And I want to ask everybody tonight, what would you do for yourself and for Windsor Essex that's worth doing even if you fail? We have an event coming up on May 5th at 6 p.m. at the Windsor Star News Cafe. If you know someone who wants to be in the arena and gets their butt kicked on a regular basis and is willing to show up there, we'd be happy to see you there. Thank you for having me tonight. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you so much, Dan Brown. Next up, I'm going to introduce to you guys Yvonne Pilon. She is the interim president and CEO of We Tech Alliance, which is one of 17 regional innovation centers in the province Ontario focused on driving the growth and success of Windsor Essex and Chatham-Kent's technology-centric companies and entrepreneurs. She is a passionate young professional who focuses on the promotion and building of an entrepreneurial community here in Windsor Essex. She brings a wealth of knowledge and experience in new venture formation, marketing and communications, and social media. With notable achievements in the Windsor Essex community, Yvonne was recognized and awarded with the 2013 University of Windsor Alumni Association's Odyssey Award. Yvonne is also the chair for Windsor Essex Regional Chamber of Commerce Business Excellence Awards and co-chair of the We Prosper Youth Attraction and Retention Task Force. And what she humbly doesn't include here is that she also happens to be one of the best bosses that I've ever had. And she is one of the most passionate people about this community, so she constantly advocates on behalf of them. So let's have a warm welcome for Yvonne Pilon.
Can you hear me? Can everyone hear? Okay, this is weird, actually. Well, what Miranda just taught me is that I need to update my LinkedIn account. Thank you very much for having me today. I have to say Miranda's been an amazing intern among many other interns we've taken on from the college. So Veronique, and to your program, congratulations, because we've been extremely happy every year and we look forward to bringing on some more. You know, when I got asked to do this again, like Dan said, I was really honored to be here and going, well, what am I have to talk about? And I thought when it comes to PR and personal branding, I thought I'd kind of start off with my story. And I'm going to try to I'm going to change my whole speaking arrangement of what I thought I was going to talk about, just because I see some people in the room that I think played a vital part in my life. So when I was 19, so I went to the University of Windsor, graduated from business, wasn't really engaged in school at the time. But when I was 19, my parents forced me to apply for a contest. That was the Windsor Star Search Contest. And Bev's looking at me going, oh boy, she's going to tell this story. So I didn't have a talent, but my parents engaged me and they're like, you're going to do this, so I did it. And luckily, I was one of 12 finalists, but I got the opportunity to meet Bev Becker. So Bev, give a little wave. She's a very amazing woman. Has been a mentor to me for many, many years. But that opportunity opened my eyes to the importance of networking, and that's really what I want to talk about today is how I got to be where I'm at. I feel like I'm only starting in my career, but a big part of it is about who you know, and not that I'm disregarding education by no means, but how many interviews do you think I've ever been on in my life? None. So every job that I've got has been through connections and building that network that has gotten me to where I am today. So I want to ask all of you, how many of you are on LinkedIn? Raise your hand. Okay. All right, so not everybody. So LinkedIn is an amazing tool. There's 345 million users on LinkedIn. 91% of companies use LinkedIn to check out potential candidates. 91%. Every second, 2 new users come onto LinkedIn, right? So here's another interesting fact. If your profile is 100% complete, you have a 40 times more chance of finding a job or a business opportunity through LinkedIn. Pretty amazing, right? Also, who's here on social media? Twitter? Perfect. Everyone follow. You got to follow me. We got to tweet this out. Yeah, I will follow you back. Yes. So what's really interesting about, so I always talk about social media from networking with your toes and your feet. So Joe here is from Spot in Windsor. Give a little wave. Yes, awesome. He does a great job. So how do you think I met Joe? I met Joe through social media, I believe, right? And we've built this relationship, I guess, online, and I've come out to events, he's come out to our events. And again, it's one of those things, it's again, building relationships. Who here goes to networking events? I'm sure everyone hates them, right? What you need to do, and again, I was just like you. I was a graduate too, and I was extremely afraid to go to an event where I didn't know anybody. What am I going to do? What am I going to say? Who am I going to know? But the truth is, what you need to do is just go. Get a mentor, get a friend, have them come out with you, and go to a bunch. And there's quite a few actually networking events that happen locally, from the Emerging Leaders program at the Chamber of Commerce to Why Not Windsor Essex events to the BizX Mixer, as well as the Chambers Mixer. So go out to those events and meet new people. I'm trying to think who else in the room here. That Lori Newton and Darren, give a good wave here. Yay. So again, Lori, I mean, the more people you know, the more opportunities come. So my friendship with Lori has opened me to learning about cycling in Windsor, Essex, and the many opportunities that have come through that. And there's someone else I wanted to mention here. Rotary, I'll be speaking at Rotary next weekend. And again, all that came through social media and networking. So the other things I want to talk about is again, building a relationship and the importance of not just meeting people, but building a strong relationship with them. So Scott's on his phone, he's doing the PGA Tour right now. But one thing I noticed when I sat down, I didn't know Scott, but I sat down and talked to him, and I learned that he loves golf and he has over 10 pairs of golf shoes. But you know what's interesting about that is, so when I go to networking events, what I do is I normally ask for a business card. So who here has a business card? Right? That's another thing you can all do. I really, really encourage everybody here to get business cards, regardless if you have an employment or not. Put your LinkedIn account there, put your social media stuff, put your name, your phone number, because when you go to an event like that and let's say I meet yourself, what's your name? Sandy, nice to meet you. How can I connect with you? So if you know what I mean, how do you last with me? So having a business card, that kind of thing can help in terms of finding a career. Is everyone on the same page with that? Yeah? Okay. So I don't want to speak too much, but again, just the importance of networking and really meeting new people. You never know who's going to be sitting next to you, whether it be on the bus. And networking isn't just about careers. It's about building personal friendships. It's finding a home for your stray cat, or finding a doctor, or finding your next boyfriend and girlfriend. And again, I always say, so the interesting part about where again, my position here, so I was out of the job. I worked at the University of Windsor, and the funding for my program got cut. So I had already planned a snowboarding trip to Mont Tremblant. And so I was out of a job on Friday, or so my last day was Friday, and my first day of being basically unemployed was Monday. So before I left for the trip, I sent my resume out to a bunch of people that I had met through the job that I had. And so I'm driving on this bus, and with my brother, college students, everyone's partying, and I get a call from a good friend of mine called Stuart Sutton, who got a hold of my resume. And he said, listen, we have this opportunity that came up. What are your thoughts? What are you doing? I'm like, well, I really don't have a job. He's like, okay, well, tomorrow I'm going to get you to have an interview with the executive director at Soft Tech Alliance, which was pre-We Tech Alliance. And literally I had a conversation with him, and I got the job in a hotel room while I had my snowboard boots on. The point there is that I was hired on a bus. I wasn't hired because, it was just because someone came and had my resume. So again, I really encourage you to meet friends, and there's so many influencers in this room. Just ask them questions, engage yourself in the community. And I think of how many opportunities that you have that I did not have. There are so many projects and contests and leadership opportunities. Engage yourself, because if you don't, somebody else will, and they're going to take those advantages from you. So in closing, just a few tips I wanted, or just maybe, I guess, quotes I wanted to talk about. Don't let the fear of losing the game, and I know this is a kind of a cheesy line, but don't let the fear of losing keep you from playing the game. I know myself, when I didn't come executive director or president of We Tech Alliance in a scheduled plan. I literally came to work one day, my board said, you're now the interim president and CEO, and that was extremely scary. I feel like I'm competent to do the career, but it's also, when you get thrown into something, it's so easy to say, no, I don't want to do that, I'm a little bit nervous. Confidence is key. Just jump in it, and sometimes I say fake it till you make it, and not that I'm faking it in my career, but sometimes as young people, there's so many opportunities that I go to events and people go, are you an intern? I'm like, no, I'm not an intern. So again, another thing is dress for the job you want, not the job you have, right? Because there's days where I'm in jeans and I go to an event and people think, again, I'm a student. And then when I dress up, it's a whole different atmosphere. Engage with your community would be another one. And I always say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Surround yourself with successful people and people you want to be like. So again, I really think that quote's a really powerful to me. And you know what? Just create your own opportunities. I mean, I look at Dan Brown, for example, when he talks about his role as Snap Windsor. Snap Windsor had a community event and just to introduce himself, and Dan went to that event and ended up getting a job out of it. So again, these jobs aren't just, they're not going to come knocking on your door. They're going to be through relationships you build and events you go to and people you meet today. I mean, I encourage you to meet somebody new because you never know where that's going to lead you, and don't burn any bridges. Amanda and I were talking about that. If you're going to stay in Windsor, Essex, we are a very, very small community, as many communities tend to be, but don't burn any bridges. Be careful when you name drop because as I said, it's going to come back and bite you. So again, thank you so much. And the last thing I want to do is just thank the employer. So can all the employers stand up who took on interns this year? Can they all stand up? Because I think you deserve a round of applause. Oh, the Raffi group. And these ladies here from Devonshire, again, how I met Karen and Tina, again, was through volunteering with Family Service Windsor Essex. I worked on Family Day 2 years in a row, and now I think we've built a great relationship since then, again, so volunteering is a big part of it. But back to the employers, it's you taking on these students that are allowing the students to get expertise and to build roots in the community. So just to sum up, and this is going to go, Dan, I want you to keep your eyes up on this. Who here wants to stay in Windsor Essex once they graduate? Okay, so we need to change this, so we'll give you all jobs if you stay. No, but anyways, thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you for finishing your program, those in first year. Best of luck next year. Thank you to the teachers, and again, enjoy the rest of your night, and congratulations for those that will be winning awards shortly. So thank you.
All right, so about a month ago, I was put in charge of the task of finding the 2 keynote speakers. And
You really sucked at it.
yeah, I did, because it took me a while. It took me a while, actually, a lot longer than I'd like it to. So Dan, Yvonne, thank you so much for making my life a lot easier than it could have been, because I could have been the one stuck speaking tonight. On that note, where are Masters of Ceremonies? Oh, they're taking her mic off. So, yeah. A joke? Oh, good Lord. I'm not prepared to be a comic in front of this many people, but thank you. That's all yours.
Way to go, Marcus. You left it on. No, that was my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I have it written down here to thank Marcus, even though I just called him out on something. But thanks, Marcus. So right now we'd like to introduce you to Lorna McCormack. She's the chair of St. Clair College's School of Media, Art, and Design. I don't think so.
Okay. Now, first of all, I'd just like to touch on a few things our guest speakers spoke about. And Dan said being a server is enough. Well, we have the hospitality program in our school, and absolutely being a server is enough. I know a number of students going to Banff, Lake Louise, Algonquin this summer, and it sounds pretty good to me. Yes, they've had go on to exciting careers all over the world. And Yvonne, I'd never heard the quote, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I love it because it means it's all about learning. And that's also why we're here tonight. And to our graduating students, a huge congratulations. I just wish you great success in your careers. My only request is that you keep in touch, because we want to know how you're doing. It makes such a difference to the current students to know there's such a wide range of exciting opportunities that will be available to them when they finish. And as proof of the jobs out there, and we're talking right here in Windsor-Essex County, and the respect our students have today, Vero and I received a summer job posting for a position, a PR position, for a nonprofit agency. And that organization came to the college. They came to us looking for students. And what they want is a student actually coming out of first year before they go into second year. So I think that that speaks volumes. And this is evidence of what you're learning is the right stuff. You're getting the skills you need to succeed. And for that, I say a huge thank you to Veronique, Larry, and the entire public relations team of teachers for your dedication and all of the extra efforts to help our students succeed. Absolutely, give yourself a round of applause. And now enjoy the rest of your evening, and it's the part I like. We get to find out who's going to be winning the awards. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce our program coordinator, Veronique Mandel.
Thank you so much. This is one of the best nights of the year. I have two. I'm really lucky because I get to go to the Journalism Awards night, and then I have the privilege of coming to the Public Relations Awards night. I want to thank so many of you for the tremendous support that you give our students and our program. Without you, it would not be possible for our students to get the kind of experience that they need to be able to go out after they graduate and actually have experience on that resume. Because you know how it goes, you'll get a job if you have experience, but if nobody gives you an opportunity to have that experience, you'll never get the job. So to break that vicious cycle, it's so important for us to have the support of all of the employers who take our students as interns. I want to congratulate the amazing second-year students. All of them organized this event. It's really quite something. And to see how hard you worked, and I know because you're coming into my office a lot, giving me an update or sitting on the floor counting your money. So it's been quite a journey. And because not only was this an event that you organized for yourselves, and I think it's important that all of you know this, that this was part of the pedagogy of the course that they were taking. And they were shepherded through this whole process by Professor Shelley Divnich-Haggart. And what a wonderful job you did, Shelley. Thank you. And as you will soon learn, they also raised money, a lot of money, for a very special charity, but I certainly wouldn't steal their thunder. So I'm really looking forward to you hearing what they've done. Before I introduce the faculty, I would like to ask all of the graduates in the room to stand up. First of all, the students who have graduated before this year. Any of you in the room tonight? I know there are. Would you like to stand up? Thank you. And now I'd like the first year students to stand up. Come on, all of you. And what a wonderful group you are. And now, because you don't get to see all of the second year students all at once, please stand up and take a bow. All of the second year students, the graduating year. Yahoo! A very talented group of young people going out into the world. And now I would like to say a very special thank you also to Lorna McCormack. Lorna is so supportive of us over at the Mediaplex, and we're very grateful for that, Lorna. Thank you. I would now like to ask all of the following professors who are here. The list of professors who have spoken, who have taught in the public relations program are also listed in your program, but the ones who are here tonight, Shelley, Karen Mingay, and Laurie Newton. Stand up, Laurie. Sarah Fisher. And I would ask you all now to make your way to the stage. Dan MacDonald and Rebecca Wright. Thank you all so much. What an incredible faculty you are. And of course, that leads us into the awards.
Quick introduction. Okay, I'm going to need Amanda and Patrick to come up. You're going to take the little tags off, right, Patrick? Patrick O'Brien is not just a graduate of the public relations program, but he is also the artist and glass cutter for the lovely awards from Essex Stained Glass this year. So he's going to help us hand them out as well. And Amanda's in charge of our awards slideshow. We doing okay there, kiddo? She covered it, so it's not on the, yeah, she's got it. So just to give you a little description of how this is going to go, it's not super complicated, but I haven't had a chance to rehearse my team here. The students had some input in how our awards would be handed out this year, and they decided what they would like us to do. Each award, we're going to announce the 3 nominees, and then inside the envelope is the name of the gold award winner who will come forward. So when we call the 3 nominees, please remain seated, and then we will announce the gold winner, and they will come forward to receive their trophy. It's not working? Marcus.
Well, last year they said first and second year. This year,
It's right here. Oh, sorry. She's looking for it in the docs. Okay. So, you're first. Did you get this? Excellent. PR writing. Okay, and use show. Yeah. Okay.
that was right.
Keep that.
Hello. Hello, everyone. It is my very, very great pleasure to announce Excellence in PR Writing Awards this evening. I'm paving the road for everyone who comes after me. First year, we have 3 nominees, and they are Jenna Sagan, Lori Kidwell, Jessica Dennis. Shouldn't I have some like hunky Patrick? You should open the envelope. Envelope, please, right? Yes, right? Isn't that how that goes? It's stuck. So stuck.
There we go.
And the recipient is of the gold, Lori Kidwell. Congratulations. She's coming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm delighted. Congratulations, Lori.
Thank you so very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
For excellence in public relations writing, 2nd year, a class very close to my heart, of course. We've been together for 2 years. Hold on. You want to do all PR first year first? First year first. Never mind. Never mind. We are sticking with first years. Also, very much appreciated, loved, and adored. Never mind. First year, excellence in presentations. The nominees are Nicholas Haug, Sierra Bray, and Jessica Dennis. Come hither and help. The envelope, please. And the winner is Sierra Bray. Congratulations.
Now we're going to let Karen and Dan and Vero do the rest of the first year, and then we'll do the second.
I'm just going to say this. I will never forget Sierra's talk. We did Ignite Talks, and she talked about how to do grocery shopping. It was unbelievable.
Good evening. I have the honor of presenting the Award for Excellence in PR Research to first year. And the nominees are, drumroll, Lori Kidwell, Jessica Dennis, and Chelsea. And Chelsea, I've never had to say your name, so I'll say Chelsea. And I haven't even looked yet. So would you hold this while I open the envelope? Or you can open the envelope. Oh. And the gold winner is Jessica Dennis. Come on up.
Oh, good evening, everyone. My name is Dan McDonald, and it's a thrill to... I see my class back there cheering me on. That's what I wanted to say before I give out the award here. I have a very, very chaotic life, and I will say it's so nice. My first time ever being a teacher, and the Mediaplex has just been my little hub of sanity, believe it or not. The Mediaplex has been my hub of sanity, so thank you to everyone for really making me feel welcome this semester. It's been so much fun. The nominees, I'm here to present an award for Excellence in Multimedia Technology. And the nominees are Anthony Minotto, Jessica Dennis, and Amanda Moffett. And the winner is, we need a drum roll or something here, Anthony Minotto. Anthony's done some outstanding work this year. His VNR presentation was out of this world and very deserving of this beautiful hashtag award, Anthony. It is my honor. Oh, for sure. Here's the base of your award.
This is a very special award. In the Mediaplex, we have students who go above and beyond every day to make something special in the program and at the Mediaplex. And so I have the great privilege of presenting the award for most committed to the program. And 3 extraordinary nominees, Amanda Muffet, Chelsea Naglovu, and Jessica Dennis. And I didn't look in any of the envelopes, so I don't know who it is. Jessica Dennis. And now, to present the award to the Student of the Year first year, I would like to ask Daryl Townsend from the Montreal Alouettes on behalf of One Dream Media to come forward to present the award. How are you? It's good to see you. Yes, again. Okay, so the envelope, sir.
Oh, it's all taped up. I think there's some money in here, though.
Did you put the award? Oh, hang on, sorry. You have 2 envelopes. One's got money.
And the winner is Jessica Dennis. Should I give her this?
Yes, that's $200.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Who's next? Okay. All right. It's you. Writing and numbers.
They let me come back. Excellence in PR writing. We have a number of writers that are very, very accomplished in this program, and it's a personal joy of mine to see the development of writing from first year, the day they walk in, to graduation. So we have excellent writers that have been nominated for this award. Devin Hurst, Marissa Goze, and Christy Kleitmans. And it's my great pleasure to announce the gold winner, Marissa Goze. One of the most important skills for public relations people today is to know how to give a presentation. And it is my great pleasure to announce the nominees for presentations. They are Marissa Goze, Miranda Underwood, and Avery Tracy. And I'm very delighted to announce the gold winner is Avery Tracy.
Good evening. The award, second year students, Excellence in Event Planning. Excellence in Event Planning, Lori Harrison, Marissa Goes, Christy Klutmans. And the award goes to Lori Harrison.
Hi guys. For the award for excellence in fundraising, the nominees are Miranda Underwood, Devin Hurst, and Lori Harrison. And the winner is Lori Harrison.
And now for the most committed to the program in second year. The nominees are Rafat Abu Halaji, Lori Harrison, and Savannah Todd. The Oscar. Savannah Todd. Make sure that you get a look at these amazing glass hashtags. Congratulations, me first. Congratulations. And now I have the privilege also of awarding the Second Year Student of the Year Award. And to do that, I would like to ask Hamoudi Rafi from the Rafi Auto Group. He is the Vice President of Sales, to please come forward. The nominees are Tamara Pichet, Christy Klutmans, and Marissa Goze.
Okay. Marissa Goes.
The money. Congratulations. It also comes with $200 from the Rafi Auto Group. Thank you so much.
Okay, we have two final awards to present, and these awards are very special awards. There are a lot of words that could be used to describe this year's graduating public relations class. One of them, however, is altruistic. When we came together as a class in January and started talking about what kind of event they wanted to see, naturally there were 17 different students, so there were 17 different ideas. But all 17 of them agreed that one of the things they wanted to do was to give back. Somehow, some way, they wanted to give back to the community. And I think that that desire, that wish on their part, reflects their nature. They are as different as they may be, they are a generous group. They are giving. They like to share what they have. And so they asked if they could have an award that was peer selected. The awards that you've seen already were selected by faculty in consultation with one another, but it was important to them that they have a student award, an award for a student chosen by students. And so they indicated that the criteria they wanted to follow was our theme for tonight, hashtag students helping students. They wanted to see an award go to the student who was always willing to help other students, served as a mentor, shared what they had, was always able to reach out to do something for someone else. And so then they submitted, they each submitted who they believed should win this hashtag Students Helping Students Award. And I will ask Amanda to reveal at the next slide both the first and second year winners. There were no nominees. We have Jessica Dennis and Lori Harrison. And I will turn things back over to Denise and Avery and thank all of the faculty for joining us up here.
Oh. Sorry, bear with me. Everyone left their envelopes up here. Most organized award does not go to the professors. They're up here, guys. Come on. Ooh, and now they're falling. Can you? All right. So we'd actually like to call Marissa Goze up here. If she could come up. Just as she's walking up, I just want to congratulate everyone who won awards. You guys all did great this year.
Hello, good evening. I'm going to apologize and say I will read my speech. To be honest, I have run out of gas after this semester, and normally I would have this memorized, as we have learned in presentation class, right, Lori? But not tonight. I was asked to speak tonight on behalf of people who have entered into an educational program in a non-traditional way. For all of you to understand where I'm coming from, I am a wife and a mom to a 2.5-year-old. I am a nurse, and because of unforeseen and tragic circumstances I endured at work, I had to unexpectedly rethink my life path and career. I'm not going to get into details, but those unexpected and unforeseen tragic circumstances had me lost and stuck in a moment. It scarred me for life. Now, at 39, I reflect on my journey. If you were to ask me what I would have been doing 10 years ago, never in my wildest dreams would I have thought I'd be in this position. I have overcome so much, have gone back to school, while continuing to heal from what happened, managing and dealing with life in general, and I am standing before all of you now, ecstatic about graduating from a program that has turned out to be my passion and one of the best decisions I have ever made. You see, life can get messy, and sometimes it throws you off track. But because of great support and love of people around me, and I'm not just talking about immediate family here, I'm talking about friends, students, teachers, mentors, people from my volunteer and internship programs, St. Clair College, and the Mediaplex itself. There's so many people involved in this whole process that I was able to get back on track in my life and have more doors and opportunities opened than I could have ever imagined at the start of all of this. What I'm trying to say is that everyone has their struggles. No matter what background you come from or what obstacles you have to face or are facing right now, there is always hope. You have the power to react and change your current situation if you choose. It might not be easy to do, and believe me, it took everything within to make the first decision to go back to school. But again, with the support and love of people around you, and choose them wisely, you must and persevere and will persevere above all. I'm here with some wonderful and loving people who genuinely care about others and their well-being. I'm proud to say that many of those people are in my graduating class. At the start of organizing this night, our class wanted to give back to the community and decided to help our youth have a chance at achieving educational goals and bettering their life as we all have being in this program. The Windsor Youth Center was chosen because of their mission to serve the basic and immediate needs of homeless and at-risk youth in a safe and friendly atmosphere, with the aim to foster positive change and growth. As a class, we are proud to be associated with this worthy cause. On behalf of our class, teachers, and mentors, and the Mediaplex, I would like to call upon our committee chairs, Savannah Todd and Omar Nizam, as well as Tamara Kowalska, Executive Director of the Windsor Youth Center, for the check presentation.
It's all right. Thank you, Marissa, for sharing your journey into the public relations program. Wonderful job. At this time, we would also like to thank our main sponsors, One Dream and Rafi Auto Group, and all the other sponsors, that made this event possible.
It was an honor for myself and Savannah to lead the way as chairs. We all had one important thing in common as a class, and that was for this event to be successful. Today we can say we have the privilege of donating $2,000 to the Windsor Youth Center. I'd like to thank the class, our professor Shelley, and of course the co-chair Savannah.
I'm actually not Tamara. I'm one of the staff members. My name is Janine Ramirez. I just wanted to say we're really thankful for this donation. We're not government funded, so we do practically live off donations and our volunteers, so we really do appreciate it. Thank you for all the hard work and these $2,000. Thanks.
So if we could get Amanda Moffat to come up here, she just has a couple of words to say.
Hello. I just wanted to take a little bit to say thank you to all the second years who have put on this amazing event. So if everybody wants to join me in giving them a big applause. I know how hard they've been working. I've been hearing them going crazy about how intense and how much they've had to do. So I just really wanted to let them know how much the first years especially, we appreciate it. And because of them, we as first years are able to move on into the second year and know more about what to expect into this crazy third semester that we're about to go into and going into that fourth. Thank you, Omar. I don't know what that was. All right. Anyways, I just want to say thank you, and thank you to the teachers who, Shelly, I know you've been going crazy with this as well, so thank you to you as well. Thanks.
All right. So for the next about 15 minutes, you guys can mingle and drink and relax and do whatever you'd like. But in 15 minutes, we're going to announce the door prizes. So I would say maybe don't leave yet. So yeah, if you guys want to go out again outside, take a break, take a breather, you guys have 15 minutes to do so. But make sure you're back because we will be picking names. Okay?
Thank you everyone for watching this live stream. It has been an awesome Digital Media production, and we hope everybody enjoys this. This was the 2015 Public Relations and Clair College Public Relations program. Thank you and good night.